Hello everyone and welcome to Old Coins TV channel. If you love exploring the world of coins, their history, value, and rare discoveries, you've come to the right place. Here, we'll share exciting information about coins from around the world, from ancient treasures to modern currency. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. Have you ever checked the coins sitting quietly in your pocket, your drawer, or maybe hidden in an old jar at home? Because what if I told you that a simple-looking 2002 10-euro-cent coin with an A mint mark could actually be more interesting than it appears at first glance? And while most people ignore these small copper-colored coins, collectors and coin enthusiasts around the world are always searching for specific details that can turn an ordinary coin into something truly special. And today we're diving deep into the mystery, the design, the features, and the real market truth behind the 2002 10-euro-cent coin, especially those associated with the Austrian mint mark, A, often referred to by beginners as AENTA. And even though millions of these coins were produced when the euro currency was first introduced in 2002, making them very common in circulation, there are still certain aspects that can make a coin stand out, including its condition, also known as very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated, and more importantly, rare minting errors such as double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual metal composition issues, which are the real factors that can increase value significantly, because without these rare features, a normal circulated 10-euro-cent coin from 2002 is typically only worth its face value or slightly more to collectors who are completing sets. But here's where things get interesting. Many viral videos and online posts claim these coins are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And while that sounds exciting, it's important to separate hype from reality, because actual verified sales in the coin market show that only coins with confirmed rare errors or in perfect uncirculated condition with certification from grading companies can reach higher values, sometimes ranging from a few dollars up to maybe $20, $50 in exceptional cases, and only in extremely rare situations could a coin reach higher depending on demand, rarity, and uniqueness. So if you have this coin, don't rush to spend it immediately. Instead, carefully inspect it under good lighting, check for unusual marks, misprints, or anything that looks different from standard designs, and compare it with official references or consult experienced collectors, because the world of coin collecting is not just about money, it's about history, design, and the thrill of discovering something rare where others see nothing. And remember, the 2002 euro coins were part of a historic transition when many European countries adopted a single currency, making them meaningful pieces of modern history. And even if your coin isn't worth thousands, it still holds value as part of a global monetary evolution. So next time you find a small 10-euro-cent coin, take a second look, because sometimes the smallest things can spark the biggest curiosity. And who knows, you might just be holding a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Before continuing, just keep this grounded. Most 2002 10-euro-cent coins with an A mint mark are still common, and only very specific error coins or top-condition pieces gain higher value. But that doesn't stop the story from getting even more interesting, because when we go deeper into the hidden details of this coin, we start to understand why collectors remain fascinated by it, and why millions of people around the world are now checking their spare change more carefully than ever before, especially when it comes to early euro coins released in 2002, a year that marked a massive financial transition across Europe, where multiple national currencies were replaced by a unified system, making every coin from that year part of a historic moment. And the 10-euro-cent coin itself carries a unique design featuring the Nordic gold alloy composition, which gives it that distinct golden copper shine, making it resistant to corrosion and long-lasting in circulation. And on the reverse side of the coin you can see a globe with Europe highlighted, symbolizing unity and connection between nations, while the obverse side differs depending on the country of origin. And in the case of Austria, the A Mint mark represents Vienna's mint, which produced a large number of these coins, yet even within such large production runs, small variations can occur that become extremely valuable to collectors, such as slight differences in strike pressure, alignment, or even tiny die cracks that most people would completely ignore. But to a trained eye, these details can transform a coin from ordinary to collectible, and that's exactly what drives the excitement in the coin collecting community, because it's not always about finding something obviously rare. Sometimes it's about spotting the smallest imperfection that nobody else noticed, and that's where knowledge becomes more valuable than luck, because someone who understands coin grading and minting errors can identify a valuable piece instantly, while others might spend it without a second thought. And this is why so many viral stories appear online claiming that everyday coins are worth thousands, because in rare cases, it has actually happened, but those cases are exceptions, not the rule. And understanding that difference is what separates smart collectors from people chasing unrealistic expectations. Yet the possibility itself keeps the hunt alive, and that's why you should always examine your coins carefully, not just for value but for the story they carry, because every scratch, every mark, and every detail reflects a journey through time and hands. And even if your 2010 euro cent coin doesn't turn out to be a hidden treasure worth hundreds or thousands, it still represents a piece of history that changed the financial landscape of an entire continent, making it far more meaningful than its small face value suggests. And that's the real beauty of coin collecting, where history, curiosity, and the thrill of discovery come together in the palm of your hand. And as we continue to explore deeper into the story of this small yet fascinating coin, it becomes clear that the real value of a 2010 euro cent with the A mint mark is not just measured in money, but in the layers of detail and discovery that surround it, because many collectors don't just look at a coin as currency, they see it as a miniature piece of art combined with history and engineering. And when you hold this coin closely, you begin to notice elements that most people overlook, such as the fine lines, the precision of the engraving, and the balance of the design that reflects the standards set during the early days of the euro system. And one of the most interesting aspects is how these coins were produced in massive quantities yet still maintain consistency, which makes any slight variation stand out even more dramatically. And that's where the concept of rarity becomes so important, because rarity doesn't always come from low mintage. Sometimes it comes from unexpected imperfections, like a slightly off-center strike, a misaligned die, or even a subtle doubling effect in the text or numbers. And these are the kinds of features that can turn a simple coin into something collectors actively search for across markets, auctions, and online platforms. And while most people might scroll past listings or ignore small coins entirely, dedicated collectors spend hours comparing images, studying patterns, and verifying authenticity, because in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is the key that unlocks hidden potential. And this is exactly why exaggerated claims about coins being worth hundreds or thousands of dollars spread so quickly online, because they tap into the excitement of discovery. But at the same time, it's important to approach those claims with a careful and informed mindset, because real value is always backed by condition, rarity, and demand, not just the year or mint mark alone. And if you truly want to understand whether your coin holds extra value, you need to examine it under magnification, compare it with verified examples, and if necessary, consult professional grading services that can officially evaluate its condition and authenticity. And this process may seem detailed, but it's also what makes the hobby so rewarding, because every step brings you closer to understanding the story behind the coin. And even if your particular 2010 euro cent turns out to be a standard circulated piece, the knowledge you gain from examining it is something that stays with you, helping you identify better opportunities in the future. And that's why experienced collectors always say that the real treasure is not just the coin itself, but the skill of knowing what to look for, because once you develop that skill, every coin you encounter becomes a potential discovery, turning everyday pocket change into a world of hidden possibilities waiting to be explored.